Hello there everyone, my name is Mathew McKenna and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so I've been asked to talk about this like a lot, and so I will, okay? It's gonna happen. So we're gonna talk about Justin Bieber's Yummy. Fair warning, I know that there have been a lot of copyright strikes made against people reacting to this song, which is funny given the fact that there's literally a video on Justin Bieber's channel, which is like a compilation of reaction channels reacting to the song. So they won it, but then also they filed copyright strikes. So I'm just straight up not even gonna include the song in this video. We're just gonna talk about it without using it. So I thought I would talk a little bit about what I already know about the song and what I've just heard about this weird phenomenon in general. I know that a lot of people on the internet and here on YouTube have just been trashing the song, saying that it's bad, the music video sucks, and that it's just a weird, strange thing. I obviously haven't watched it yet, so I have no concept of that. But I will say it tends to take quite a bit for me to actually like hate a song. I don't know if there's been a song I've listened to on this channel where I've been like, I hate that. Because usually, even if I don't like a song, I can tolerate it or find some positive things to latch onto. I'm just that much of a positive person. But one thing I am acutely aware of is the very strange marketing that went into this song. Now, I assume, hopefully, that this wasn't Justin that decided to post it, and it was just a bad move from the publicity agent that he uses. I say it's a bad move though, but like, maybe it's like a genius move. It's like a 200 IQ move, because now everyone's talking about the song because of the weird post that went up. Have we all been played? I think we've all been played. So if you haven't seen this by now, which I would be surprised if you haven't, this is the post that went up on Justin's Instagram. How to get Yummy to #1. That's fine, I guess. Like, Justin hasn't released any music for like 5 years, so he's saying that this is like his return, his comeback. He's gonna smash it. We want to get a #1 hit. I mean, he's already had like a bunch of #1 hits, but that's fine. You can never have enough #1 hits, right? And like, so far, that's kind of fine. Maybe it's just gonna be like, here's where you can find the song, listen to it, please enjoy it, please buy it, right? You swipe across and it says Spotify. Create a playlist with Yummy on repeat and stream it. Okay, so like just the song and nothing else? Or just like you fill out a playlist with just like hundreds of entries of Yummy and you play that through. Don't mute it, because then it doesn't count for Spotify's plays. But play it at a low volume. Let it play while you sleep. He's literally saying like, the song, don't even listen to it. Doesn't matter. Just as long as we're getting them counts. And if you are not from the US, you can download a VPN app, set the VPN to the US, and then create a Spotify account. So I mean, that just sounds bad on all fronts, right? Justin Bieber should not be encouraging his fans to download a VPN in order to give more streams to his song from people that aren't even in the US, presumably because they count US streams for the charts. So I just want to really quickly say, everything in this little Spotify image is like against Spotify's terms of service. And obviously it's hard to feel bad for like a multi-billion-dollar corporation like Spotify, but also Spotify will pay Justin for those streams. So if they're done kind of fraudulently, that's a little bit illegal, but you know, I'm not a lawyer. So we swipe across from that and we get to iTunes. This one's pretty simple. Buy the song on iTunes. That's fine. And then asks, buy the song multiple times on Justin's website. So go through and just buy it, every version, every kind you can, over and over, different credit cards, different PayPal account, whatever you could make it do. There's something that's a little gross to me about encouraging a generally young and impressionable audience to spend a bunch of money to manipulate the charts. That doesn't sit right with me. The next one says, remember, this is Justin's comeback, and if we all come together, we can give him his 6th #1. Share this post with everyone you know. I think that slide's also kind of fine, although I will say again, having 5 #1s, do you really need a 6th? If you got #2, would you be like, all this effort was for nothing? I have to say that, as far as I'm aware, this actually wasn't made by Justin or even his team. I think it was taken from a fan page and just like reshared on Justin's Instagram. But yeah, I don't know, doesn't quite sit right with me. But we're not gonna let that influence how I feel about the music. I'm gonna talk about the music entirely separate to that. I just wanted to clear up that context because I feel like it's important. I mean, despite all like the bad press and the way people have been talking about it, like the like to dislike ratio on the video is pretty solid. It's fine, and it's got like almost 100 million views. So like, I mean, it seems like it's going to plan, right? So that just about sums up where I'm at so far. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go have a quick listen to the song and I will give you my thoughts. So the very first thing that I noticed when I loaded the music video was this color scheme. I actually kind of like the aesthetic, and Justin Bieber in all pink, I don't hate it. Maybe controversial opinion, I think it looks kind of cool. The overall aesthetic, I vibe it. I will say 30 seconds in, there've already been a couple of close-ups of people eating. I'm gonna be honest, I hate that. I hate close-ups of people eating. I cannot stand it in movies. I cannot stand it in music videos. I cannot stand it in social media. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's not a thing that needs to be captured on video. I'm sorry, I got weirdly passionate. I did really like a lot of the camera movements. There was a really cool one where they kind of like circled around the table, and it was a really interesting effect. But one thing that I didn't quite like about it was that like they would bring the camera around and then just kind of like cut in weird places, and it felt quite jarring. Maybe that's what they were going for, but every time it cut, I was just like, oh, that was weird. Maybe they just could have been left a little bit longer. I think that's all it needed, just to let those shots linger for a couple seconds more, and it wouldn't have felt so weird. So about like a minute into the music video, I just kind of figured maybe there's not really like a deeper meaning to this, and it's just a music video that's meant to be visually engaging and kind of appealing. And like as far as I've gauged from the rest of the video as well, kind of the same thing. I'm not really getting much symbolism or a story, it's just like some cool shots. And that's fine. If you want to do that, that's totally fine. I love the next two notes I've put in here. I'm just gonna read them word for word, not give you any elaboration. I'm just gonna leave it at these two sentences because I think it's great. Is that peas in German? If so, that's disgusting. Immediately after that, you keep saying yummy, but the food looks horrifying. And it does. Look at some of these. That's like fish on jelly, some pink stuff. I don't even know, man. And yeah, it does look like peas in jelly. I think that's not good. Maybe that's the point though. Maybe it's like he's saying yummy, but really it's gross. I don't know. There was another really cool camera thing. They did like a bunch of whip pans around the table. This time it was like they were in the middle of the table facing out to the people, like whipping around, and they used it as like transitions between different scenes, which was cool. And there was a point where it whipped and it was to Justin, and then it whipped again and it was to Justin, like in these different kind of scenarios. It looked really smooth, really well done, and that was pretty visually engaging for me because I guess I didn't really expect it, so that got a big thumbs up from me. Also, I'm gonna mention again, too much eating of food. No, stop, please. I know now that I've vocalized my displeasure of this, people will be like, I'm just gonna send Matt videos of people eating food. And you can try to mess with me and you'll probably succeed. So 2 minutes and 20 seconds into this music video, I got caught off guard because there was a really weird thing where like Justin's face elongates like it's been edited, and his chin is wild. I assumed it was intentional, and then I wrote in my notes, definitely intentional, because this also came up where his eyes went wild. Crazy eyes. So I don't know what that's about. To me, honestly, it kind of felt like one of those things where they slip it in there so that people will notice it and then just comment it over and over and over again in the comment section. Again, also kind of genius, not gonna lie. So yeah, like I said, it just felt like the music video was meant to be just some like visually engaging thing. I will say, like honestly, no shade, got a little bit bored. It felt like it dragged on a bit, and they didn't really do all that much different with the visuals. But there was like this end thing where, I don't know, was it in his head? Because it just kind of like zooms out of Justin's face and there's no one there. So is this after this weird food-based party? Or was it all in his head? Because there's like stuff on the floor, like food and things, so who knows? I actually really dig the beat. I thought it was a really nice, really smooth, really chill beat. And it does have that chill vibe, but is also relatively quick despite feeling kind of slow. It's at like 146 beats per minute, so relatively fast, but it feels slow. And the reason is that like the duration of the notes is longer, but the tempo is still kind of fast. So it has this like interesting contrast. And I also will say, it reminded me a lot of Feels Like Summer by Childish Gambino. A great song, I love it. It had that sort of same vibe, the same like contrast of notes versus tempo, and it had that kind of like pulsing vibe that I find quite pleasant. The song did do something that I don't really like, and if you've watched any of my videos, you probably know is a pet peeve of mine. And that's that like it didn't really change or evolve. Like the chorus was just pretty much the same from the first to the last one. And honestly, that's totally and completely fine. If you don't want to change things up, 100% fine. Personally, I prefer when things are mixed up a bit. I know that it's stylistic, it may not fit every single song, but yeah, the fact that the song was like 4 minutes and a lot of it was just the same, honestly got a little bit hard for me to get through a second listen of it so quickly. That said, it didn't really feel empty. Like it felt like the track had a lot going on. It just maybe needed a bit more variation. The one change though that I actually really liked was about like 2 minutes 40 in, there was a section where Justin did these like high notes. And yes, those high notes definitely do have a bunch of effects on them. 100% there's auto-tune on there. there, which doesn't stop them from sounding cool. They sounded quite nice, I liked them. Maybe it's not quite as impressive if they were just like full-on clean high notes, which I know Justin can do, and that's generally what I prefer from him. But in my opinion, it just fit the vibe of the song to have those effects on there. And I did really like that variation, which kind of came at a time where we probably really needed it. While we're on the topic of his vocals and those effects and stuff, again, I didn't mind it. I do tend to prefer Justin's clean voice. I think that's when his vocals are at their best. But again, like I said, stylistic, feel like it made sense. I also liked the staccato style delivery of some of the lyrics. It felt very like punchy. Weirdly though, I think I found that, like the pre-chorus, more captivating than the actual chorus. It felt like maybe a little lackluster. The beat that came in at the chorus was really nice. The vocals for it were just kind of meh, I guess. I didn't hate them. It was just that like my exact reaction was kind of like, oh, okay. I'm not some amazing songwriter, but I just feel like that could have been done better. So overall, like composition wise, I thought the song was fine. I just know that Justin can be a lot more intricate and a lot more interesting. So I guess maybe that's what like disappointed me a little bit. So obviously I assumed this song was about sex, and I don't think I was wrong. I went and looked it up, and apparently it's about Hailey Baldwin, who's now his wife. So the way we're gonna tackle lyrics is I'm literally gonna get them up on my phone and we'll just talk about them. So the chorus, this is what I mean. It could have been so much better. Yeah, you got that yummy yum, that yummy yum, that yummy yummy. I don't know, I guess it's meant to be repetitive and catchy. It was just like, what? A lot of the rest of the chorus didn't also really hit for me. Like, say the word on my way. Yeah, babe, yeah, babe, yeah, babe. Any night, any day, say the word on my way. Yeah, babe, yeah, babe, yeah, babe. Justin has come up with some really nice rhymes and some really nice melodies, and hearing that be like his return to pop music, I don't know, I felt like maybe there would be something a little more meaningful there. Like, why did you take a 5-year break? Tell us about what's happened in the 5 years. Don't just kind of like sing whatever. I'm guessing this lyric here is meant to be directly to Hailey. Bonafide stallion, that's a little weird to me. Maybe there's a deeper lyric to there, but a stallion is a male horse, so I don't know. Maybe it's a thing they call each other. Sup, stallion? I mean, maybe my partner wouldn't hate that if maybe I'll try it. I'll walk in and be like, sup, stallion? I love this next line, unironically. It's terrible. I don't think it's very good, but I love it. Light a match, get litty, babe. When I walk into a party, that's what I'm gonna say. Light a match, get litty. Maddie's with it. That jet set, watch the sunset kinda yeah. Rolling eyes back in my head, make my toes curl, yeah. I think the thing that gets me is a lot of these lyrics are like fine. Honestly, they're fine, but they just kind of feel jumbled. They kind of like go from one idea to the next without something like gluing it together, I guess. That's a cute line. Standing up, keep me on the rise. And especially because it's directed towards Hailey. I like that a lot. Losing control of myself, I'm compromised. That's also a nice line. That's a nice rhyme. On the rise, compromised, solid. There's a solid couple of rhymes here as well. Like, you're incriminating, no disguise, and you ain't never running low on supplies. On the rise, compromised, no disguise, on supplies. That's honestly some solid rhyming, because it's like, it's both syllables being rhymed there. That's kind of impressive. The rest is mostly the same. Oh wait, there's hop in the Lambo, I'm on my way. Drew House slippers on with a smile on my face. What is Drew House slippers? I honestly know nothing. Is it just a brand? It's a brand. A place? Wait, what? Drew House is a community. What? Okay, it's a clothing line. It's Justin Bieber's clothing line. Spruiking his own merch. Love it. I'm elated that you are my lady. I like that as well. Maybe that's a little corny, but I like that. I like it more if you added like M apostrophe lady, like milady. And that's, yeah, so the rest, and then it's just the chorus again, which is back to the yummy yum. So like, again, the lyrics to me, there's some good ones in there. It's just overall, I just want more. I want something a bit more intricate from Justin. Because once again, I know he can. So like, I feel like I've made it seem like I hate this song. I really don't. It's not like I love it, but it's not bad. It's just that there's a few things that have kind of confused me in the way that they've done things. But I think a lot of that's just personal taste. Overall, it seems to be just like a fun track, and maybe not something you're meant to like dig too deep into, which is not good news for me because I overanalyze a lot of things. Sorry about it. I think that's all I've had to say. I feel like this has been a really long video, so I apologize if it has indeed been super long, but thank you so much for watching and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to click that like button, and as always, have an awesome time until I see you next. See ya.